Oh my god, guys, literally everything about Pokemon Go just got leaked. Well, not everything, but a ton of really important details just got leaked. And by the way, just in advance here, this isn't going to be a very formal video. I'll try and do a more formal, in-depth analysis later this weekend when I get my hands on some footage, because right now all the footage that's being uploaded is getting taken down immediately. So unfortunately, I can't show any screenshots or footage, but I am going to talk about the raw facts here. Also, I'll leave a link to this post down in the description, which I highly recommend checking out because this guy's done a very good job organizing the information. So let's go ahead and get straight into this. And the first thing we learned is that there are going to be exactly 151 Pokemon in the game, all of which are Generation 1 Pokemon, which is a weird decision, but I guess putting in all the Pokemon that we have right now would be a little bit intensive, so I sort of understand the decision here. And they're all classified into either normal, legendary, or mythic categories. The next thing we learned is that in the field test, you start with no Pokemon, which actually sort of makes sense, because one thing we learned from some leaked footage earlier is that you don't actually battle with wild Pokemon to catch them, instead you just throw Pokeballs at them, so this information does seem to be consistent with that. There are 232 total moves in the game, 95 of which are quick moves, and this includes moves that were not in the original Red, Blue, Yellow games, such as Moonblast for instance. Also, there may only be 2 moves per Pokemon, which is not confirmed, but is implied. Someone also apparently found a dodge function, which means that moves are not going to have 100% accuracy. Next up, we have something rather strange, which is that badges are actually going to be given out for certain achievements and not when you defeat a gym or anything, as has been the case in most Pokemon main series games. For instance, you get a badge for walking a certain distance, Pokedex entries, Pokemon captures, throwing a Pokeball, evolving Pokemon, hatching Pokemon, and stuff of that nature. 7 natures have been discovered in the game, which are Stoic, Guardian, Assassin, Raider, Protector, Sentry, and Champion. And if these natures are at all analogous to the colloquial natures in Pokemon games, then I'm not really sure what to think because it looks like they're changing up the mechanic, which I'm not really a huge fan of. Every single Pokemon type, including Fairy, Dark, and Steel, are included in the file, so it looks like all the Pokemon types are going to be included in this game, which is good to hear. Evolution works by collecting evolution shards from wild Pokemon to get evolution stones, and this may or may not be unique for each Pokemon. Okay, so this is something that really scares me, and the reason why is because in general, Pokemon evolve by leveling up. But from what we've seen so far, and this is something I discussed more in my previous video, and I'll discuss more in my full analysis later over this weekend, it looks like Pokemon might not have a level. They might not have a level at all, since the way you evolve Pokemon is not by leveling up, but by this weird evolution shard method. So this is something I'm really afraid of, and is really weird. The game keeps track of several factors like ingress, including distance walked, eggs hatched, etc., and this might affect certain in-game mechanics such as egg hatching. There will be trainer customization in Pokemon Go, which is great to hear. This is one good thing that we've definitely learned here. And there are a total of 52 items, which results in 23,328 unique combinations, which is pretty good. A variable related to the Pokenav has been found, which is interesting. I'm not really 100% sure what to think of it yet. IAPs spotted include ball, medicine, food bundles, and gem packs. There are 4 tiers. This does not sound good. I'm assuming this is in-app purchases for food bundles and gem packs, which I'm not really a huge fan of. My biggest fear for this game is that it's going to be free, but we're going to have to buy a ton of stuff to really have fun with the game, which I'm not really a huge fan of. Items include Pokeballs, potions, max revive, 3 battle items, and 5 types of berries. All these berries are introduced in Gen 3, and they have no battle effects in the main game. Moreover, all the items are separated into 6 categories: Pokeballs, food, which is basically berries, medicine, boost utilities, and camera. It doesn't sound like there's a lot of items, which is not something I'm too crazy about. The trainer cap level seems to be at 50 for now, inventory limit is 1,000 items, and 500 for Pokemon and eggs. Wow, that is a lot. So this definitely is not going to be at all like the Pokemon main series games, which is a little weird and puts me off a little bit, but I'm open to trying something new. The menu includes the Pokedex, Pokemon, and items. The game engine is built on Unity. There will be 3 different teams called Blue, Red, and Yellow. And by the way, I'll leave a link down below to that video I was talking about earlier, since I did talk about teams in that video if you guys want to learn a little bit more. Damage variables are also included in the file. Also, CP seem to be unique to individual Pokemon, and higher CP means a harder catch. CP most likely stands for Combat Points. A variable called gym points was found, and the poster says he has no idea what this means, but I do think I know what this means. So in their first look, in Niantic's first look at Pokemon Go, they talked about how there are going to be 3 teams, blue, red, and yellow, and the way you earn points for your teams is by winning battles in gyms, or something to that effect. The way you win points is related to gyms, so I think this gym points thing is a total number of points that each team has, if that makes sense. Biomes can be found, including locations like Trainer Station and Hospital. Separate biomes seem to have different backgrounds for Pokemon encounters and gym battles. From the game map screenshots, there appears to be a day-night cycle, which is pretty cool and definitely good. And that's pretty much all the important information we know right now, but that's definitely an incomplete list. People are still discovering things about the game, so as we discover more things, I'll bring you guys more news updates on all of this. The cool thing here is, though, that because people already have access to the field test, in a few days we're probably going to know all of the important details about Pokemon Go so far, and obviously this isn't the final release, so there are probably some important things that we still won't know, but we're going to know a lot of details, which is great. Overall, I don't really know what to think of the information that we got on this list, because a lot of it is scaring me, especially the in-game purchase stuff, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Well, alright folks, that is pretty much going to do it for this video. As always, if you enjoyed, be sure to drop me a like down below and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already for more Pokemon Go content in the future. Also, be sure to let me know your thoughts on all of this leaked information down below in the comments. Otherwise, I hope you all have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video.